Abbott. I put pen to paper with some trepidation, but with the feeling that after your last letter, I really do owe you some sort of response. I want to write you back, but I don't know what to say. How can I explain that I'm not really old, and I'm not at all the man that you'd imagined? No, I'm not at all the man you would expect. But Jerusha, would you object? Of course I write in contravention to my own rules of engagement, which forbid me from making any contact with you. But only last month I was guilty of sending you a bouquet of flowers, so perhaps the damage is already done. And it's getting very hard to abstain from a response, especially for a man who loves to correspond. For I long to interject my observations. I'm bursting with opinions and advice. But Jerusha, would they suffice? I shall motor down to the colleges one of these afternoons, but I must warn you, I'm not good at friendship, I'm not good at attachment, or family, or commitment. I roundly despise my relations. You're acquainted already with Julia, who I blame for my low expectations. Jerusha. So perhaps it isn't wise to reveal myself just yet. Why not meet you first, as the man I really am? Why not introduce myself as Julia's uncle? Daddy just for now remains discreet. So Jerusha, when shall we meet?
Dear Daddy Longlegs, did you ever see this college? Oh, it's a heavenly spot in May. The bushes are all in blossom, and the trees are dressed in their loveliest young green, and the field is dotted with hundreds of young dandelions, and hundreds of young girls in blue and white and pink dresses. Oh, and Daddy, you'll never guess what happened today. A strange man was sighted on campus. Nobody knew who he was at first. Humanity here is so exclusively female that any unknown male specimen is practically a scandal.
The man in question is a Mr. Jervis Pendleton.
Of the house of Julia.
Or uncle, in short.
Or in long, should I say. He's almost as tall as you, Daddy.
Being in town on business, he decided to motor down to the college to call on his niece.
He's her father's youngest brother, but she doesn't know him very intimately. Apparently, he glanced at Julia as a baby, decided he didn't like her, and has never noticed her since.
Julia and Sally had classes they just couldn't cut.
So Julia begged me to look after him for the afternoon. I said I would, though my heart sank, because I don't care much for Pendletons. Anyways, it turns out he's as sweet as a lamb. A real human being, not a Pendleton at all. The sweet dark face and the funniest little underneath smile that never really comes out, just quirks up at the corners of his mouth. He reminds me of you in much younger days. Softly eccentric and salty in his ways. He reminds me of you, silly and young. He a perfectly new dimple that I had never seen before. Where do you think it came from?
P.S. All through the day yesterday, Mr. Pendleton looked at me as if he really knew me. Almost better than I knew myself.
But he doesn't really know me at all. The only person who knows me is you, even though I don't know you at all.
Mr. Jervis Pendleton is a puzzle, and that's a fact.
He seems so proper and assured. A proper Pendleton.
But when he laughs, he becomes like a little boy and not a Pendleton at all.
Then he gets embarrassed that he's let himself be young and hides